morning, everyone. This is your faithful Amanda Splatts with the Japanese lo-fi beats for that ass. I'm gonna be doing a little creative writing this morning, and I will admit, I'm not happy admitting this, but I fucking will. Hi, Lamone. Lamone, I saw your message in the Discord. I will work on it as soon as I'm done here. I have to go to the grocery store after this stream, but there'll be more than enough time for me to edit it. Because Lamont or Choco joined at the last minute. I will handle it, man. I will fucking handle it. So initially I wanted to do some creative writing, story writing like the previous ones, about the new direction of a channel. Kind of changing the setting from the Motel California to the greater Mojave. Majavre, Mojave, that's the name of the desert. It's a combination of Mojave, like the Mojave Desert, and Mojave, the sacred city from Fear and Hunger. But I'll be totally honest, I've been in the kind of headspace where anything I wrote was going to be kind of dark. I did want to kind of focus on this toxic, unhealthy relationship between Amanda and Sand Ruby, and look more into Redleg, the cultist. And it wouldn't have been a good time. And if I've got a collab coming today, I got a big fucking collab. Check out the big fucking collab today. 7 p.m. Eastern. That's gonna be fucking great. Unless I fuck it up. I'll probably fuck it up. But it's gonna be great out of the way. Anything I write would have probably been a little dark. So I thought this would be a good idea to let you in on how I do the Desert Mid-South shows. I wanted to open Fire Pro Wrestling World to show you how I actually enter shit in and set things up. But I don't know if I'm going to have the memory to have both that and the lo-fi going at the same time. I may cut the lo-fi and open Fire Pro shortly towards the end just to show you how I physically do everything. And I am going to, but I left the lo-fi open. I left Brave open, rather. I closed Discord, but I did open Brave in order to get this, because I love this, man. I love this Japanese lo-fi. I did a whole test stream of it a few days ago, and I did not get dinged once. It's fucking great. Because it's all royalty free, courtesy of Like, I don't think I need to credit Lo-Fi Geek for it, but if they're gonna provide me nice music, it's free to give them recognition. I fucking love the Lo-Fi Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions has kind of rekindled my love for lo-fi music. It's beautiful music you can ignore to a point. And since moving a little bit away from the Mojave branding and more into the anime branding, 90s anime, the lo-fi beats kind of pair with that. Now you'll notice I don't have new graphics or anything. I've not had a lot of time this week. Work has been fucking horrible. Trying to get everything together. Trying to recover from the last few days. I've never done cloud, but I hope everything will be fun, Amanda. You just worry about enjoying yourself, Lamone. You just worry about being on time and enjoying yourself. We'll handle the rest. I'm happy you're there, man. And I know it's a hard fucking time for you to be up. I do appreciate you making that effort. So I think I'll turn the lo-fi up just a little bit more. I'm checking the levels. I want it loud enough you can hear it and enjoy it, but not loud enough that it drowns me out while I'm talking. So, I'm gonna show. I knew I pulled out a bottle of the fucking candy water for a reason. Mm. It's Walmart water. It's clear American, zero sugar. But it tastes like fucking Skittles. It's weird. It's weird and I love it. Because you're drinking a clear bottle of water, but you're getting a mouthful of fucking Skittles. I fucking love it. Especially for someone like me who can't have a lot of sugar. Like, I'm not diabetic, but I don't want to become diabetic either. So I wanted to give you a look into how I book Desert Mid-South, my wrestling federation, named such after the legendary IWA Mid-South. It's not a geographical thing, it's more of an old wrestling federation. And what we're going to be doing is this time around, last time around, we did a tournament with the best of ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling. An old wrestling federation back in the mid-90s to like early 2000s, who did a lot of violence, a lot of extreme stuff, a lot of crazy stuff, and it was kind of a blueprint for the WWF at the time, WWE as it's known now, and gave them a lot of places to go and a lot of stars. Like Steve Austin had a cup of coffee there and kind of helped solidify himself as the kind of bald badass. And Taz, the Dudley Boys, guys like that were there. Raven. So now this next show is gonna be WCW. WCW in the early 90s to early 2000s was a major competitor to WWE. They were the big competition. And this fly is pissing me off. Hold on. Yeah, you fucking go, fly. No, I said you go. Yeah, fuck off. They were the major competition to WWE for a long time. They'd beaten WWE in, I believe, for 83 weeks in the ratings. But eventually bad decisions, bad booking, stupid booking killed off the company. And until like some student management decided they didn't want wrestling on their network anymore. So we're going to be booking the card for the WCW tournament. Sugar and water, just like water, not soda. Yeah, it's carbonated water. It's sugar-free because, yeah. I sometimes forget you're not from America, Gwen. America, they put sugar in fucking everything here, man. Sugar and salt. Like, even the bread has a ton of fucking sugar in it, man. It's not healthy, it's not good. It makes healthy decisions really fucking difficult. Like, I'm not gonna get political or anything, I just want to remind any of the people being collab, no politics, please. But there is a ton of fucking sugar in all the food here, and the drinks, especially the drinks. Like, you drink a 20-ounce soda, and that's nearly 200% of your daily allotment for sugar. It's fucking crazy. So when I can get a sugar-free alternative for that, it's fucking great. It's so hard, like, at the point when I finally came out of my depression and I realized I had something to fucking live for, so I should start taking care of myself, it became fucking difficult to properly budget shit and eat healthy. I even make a token attempt to eat healthy. That's why it helps when the zero sugar sodas started becoming so popular. Where I can still have soda, but it's sugar free, as opposed to the diet sodas. which have a completely different taste. The Zero, like the Pepsi Max and the Dr. Pepper Zero, they're actually supposed to taste like the originals, but just without sugar, as opposed to the diet ones, which are kind of their own flavor. I've heard around large amounts of salt too. I've never been in the States yet, so I wouldn't know how it's fucking insane, man. I'm always kind of interested in what foreign travelers would think of America, especially since like a couple of the grocery stores I go to, we have like Asian sections or European sections or South American sections in the grocery aisle of those foods. And I get the feeling they're probably not 100% accurate to what people from those parts of the countries actually buy, actually eat. Because, like, the Japanese section in the local desert Walmart has, like, panda cookies and microwave noodles and fucking seaweed strips. I don't know how accurate any of that is. Because I've seen Joel from Vine Sauce. He's talked about the American section at his grocery store. He's in Sweden. And it's some fucked up shit. I don't know. I've never been outside the United States. I'd love to go somewhere someday, man. I'd love to go to Peru someday. That's one of the reasons I played Tombs and Treasure early on in my channel. Because I'd love to go to the fucking ruins down there in... I know it's not Peru. It's down in, I think, Ecuador. I don't remember where it is. Those ruins down there. Machu Picchu. And, Japan, obviously, I'm a fucking weeb. I'm an anime girl on the internet. So, obviously, I'd like to visit Japan someday. Although, with people like Susie and Temp there giving us a skinny on what daily life is actually like there, no, you wouldn't want to live there. Definitely wouldn't want to live there. My sister's boyfriend is in the army. He was sent to the U.S. for a few months. One of the first things I heard him complain about was there was no... Yeah. One of the commentators, video game commentators, I think it was Jim Stephanie Sterling. I'm not sure. Who I used to listen to was talking about how there's such a crazy amount of sugar even in the fucking bread. It was fucking weird. Like, I don't know. It's hard. It's getting harder and harder to make those smart decisions I need to not fucking die. Now that I have shit to live for, now that I don't want to fucking die. I wasn't suicidal or anything. I just didn't give a shit. Now that I give a shit, it's harder to make those decisions without spending a ton of extra fucking money, which I don't have. Don't know where I want to go. Travel costs. Yeah, it does, man. Plus, a lot of the parts of the world aren't exactly the safest to visit right now. Like, I'm surprised that a lot of people are still traveling right now. A lot of parts of the world with everything. No politics on my stream, but a lot of the parts of the world aren't exactly safe right now. So, stay safe, man. Like, even America's not safe right now. Like, half of the country's under a fucking blizzard. And half the country's on fucking fire. Please stay safe wherever you are, man. Please take care of yourself. Take care of those people around you. Stay fucking safe, man. That's all I ask. So, first of all, I do want to bring up one thing. And people have given me questions. Yeah. Wrestling is scripted. It's not fake. I don't like calling it fake. Because people do die in that ring. People do have real life-threatening and life-ending injuries in that ring. So it does a disservice to what they do to call it fake. But it is scripted. So normally when you book a wrestling show, you could book like a month or two in advance. Because you know who's going to win, who's going to do what. And then you can do like long-term storytelling based on who's contracted, who's gonna be around for what, It's problem with Fire Pro though, because Fire Pro, I don't dictate who wins. Fire Pro, the game, dictates who wins, because I set it to computer simulation, and that's one of the reasons I prefer Fire Pro over like any of the WWE games, because it is more of a simulation. And I do like the isometric perspective as well. It really is more of a simulation. And the creative options are almost endless. Like, there are over 180,000 pieces on the Fire Pro community board right now that you can download. It's like community commons. That's where I got all my characters. So in a real wrestling federation, you choose who wrestles, and you get so when I book, I have to do it show to show, because I don't get to determine who wins. Maybe I'm a little loud. Here. I don't get to determine who wins, so I have to go week by week or month by month, because I'm going to be doing one of these a month. Next week, this 7 a.m. slot, by the way, with my new reasoning and everything, with everything setting up, this 7 a.m. slot is just shit for me. And don't worry about the numbers, don't worry about who comes in or not, because it's 7 a.m. on a fucking Wednesday. If people come in, they come in. If people don't, they don't. So this 7 a.m. slot's for me. Next week, I'm thinking about doing the NES Black Box games. The old 30 classic NES games. A marathon of those. The Black Box games. The original ones. And then I think the week after that, we'll start with the WCW event for Desert Mid-South. Watch it, but even if it's fake, I assume that punching and throwing people... It is, man, it is. It is very important if you're going to be a professional, if you're going to be a wrestler. You need to learn how to fall properly. And that's not even a joke. Like, there is a way to land, like, flat on your back that's a lot safer than, like, landing on the back of your fucking head. And you need to, if you're a really good wrestler, you'll know how to protect the other person, too. So you're not, like, dangerous workers are not really welcome in wrestling. It's a whole fucking thing. And it's a lot of that comes with going to a proper school, getting the experience. But Desert Mid-South, since I'm simulating that out in a video game, I don't have to worry about any of that. I want to eventually start my own show, my own Wrestling Federation weekly show, maybe every other week. But right now, I'm just going to be doing these once-a-month tournaments and shows. And I'm trying to have a few different storylines put together for each show. The overarching storyline being some kind of tournament, and then filling that up with other matches. Now, I've had 3 shows so far, and I've got a few things I can build on, and a few champions so far. Like, I don't have one primary champion. I'm building up towards having a Desert Mid-South Heavyweight Champion, but that's going to be kind of a slow build that I'm working towards. And that's going to tie into the Battle Royals I've been having. So, the way that I booked... so, the WCW tournament is going to have 16 wrestlers. The way I got to 16 is that in the era from it becoming the WCW Championship to the end, when it was gotten rid of, there were 22 people who held it. I'm cutting out The Rock, Kurt Angle, and Chris Jericho because they held it after WCW closed. It wasn't really WCW back then. It was bought by WWE, and the belt just hung around for a while for the Invasion storyline. So I'm cutting those 3 out. I'm also cutting out David Arquette, who's not a wrestler, and Vince Russo, who's a booker. Both held the title. It was fucking horribly stupid that they did that. And this is the only time I'm bringing up his name at all, period. Do not fucking ask anymore. I am not booking Chris Benoit. End of fucking story. So that brings us down to 16. I will go ahead and hit random.org in a little bit to go ahead and set it up. But I'm going to go ahead and set up the card the way that it was set up for the ECW tournament, which is also 16 people. That one, it had 15 people who held it between the time Shane Douglas threw down the belt and the net line was crossed to the point where ECW closed. It had 15 people. And then I added Rob Van Dam, who was the most popular guy, most important guy to never hold the belt during that time period. And that tournament was won by Terry Funk. And so I want to book Terry Funk here. Because anytime anyone wins something major like that, I want to go ahead and try to incorporate them. Because the game is kind of dictating, in a way, who some of my main eventers are. So, here's how... And this worked really good last time. So this is how I'm also going to do it this time. I'm breaking up the show into 4 acts. Each act is going to have 6 matches. That lets me get up, walk around, try to abate the blood clots on my fucking legs. Take a breath, get a drink, get something to eat if necessary. And these shows can go 5 to 7 hours, so I am going to need to get something to eat in the middle. So, Act 1. Qualifier. That's the round of 16, the qualifier. And then another match there to break things up. Act 2, the same thing, because there's going to be, if it's a tournament of 16, the first 8 matches are going to be the qualifiers. Act 3, we're going to start with the question mark. No, wait, we're going to have the... Start with the non-tournament match. Quarterfinal. And then Act 4. Gonna have the that between I'm gonna break up the 2 semifinals, and then the final. So the first 3 acts has 4 tournament matches, 2 back-to-back, and then kind of a quote-unquote breather match. And then the finals will be a semifinal, then a semifinal, then the final, with matches breaking up between them. That worked out really well last time. Because you're focusing mostly on the tournament, but it also gives the rest of the card room to breathe. Now, the good news with the WCW tournament, when I did the ECW tournament, ECW was no rules, no disqualifications. So the match could go as long as it needed to. Like, there's no countouts, no DQs, etc. WCW, it's going to be normal matches. So there may be matches. In fact, the only way to get a bye in a tournament in Fire Pro, where it's just nothing and someone's fighting nothing, is a double count, which is 100% possible. When I played I used to do this wrestling stuff, the Fire Pro stuff, at home years ago using Fire Pro for the PS2. I simmed out matches and had shows for myself for years during the height of my depression. And I would have tournaments that ended up getting horribly fucked up because, like, we get to the finals and then the finals is a double disqualification. Double count. So I'm a little worried about that here. But as the bitch with the pencil, as they call it, the bitch with the book, I would be able to write my way out of that. Like, when I did the Tournament of the King and Queen of Attitude Era, it was a last-minute decision to have the Rock face Lita for the King and Queen tournament. Just merge the two belts together. And that's the important of the title matches. There are a few titles now. We don't have the main event match yet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just spoil. I think I made it fucking obvious bringing up the Gift of the Gods from Lucha Underground. But what I'm doing with these battle royals that I've been doing, these seemingly random battle royals, is that I'm doing a Gift of the Gods thing. Each of them gets a quote-unquote medallion, and eventually all the quote-unquote medallions will be merged together, and the winner's going to be the first ever Desert Mid-South Heavyweight Champion. The first few battle royals were like completely random. Random choice. They were won by Pepsi Man, Minoru Suzuki, the Murder Grandpa, and fuck, who else? I know Roddy Piper won one on the last show, and Robico won one on the last show. It was Pepsi Man. Hold on, I've got a notepad with the old cards on it. Let me just pull it up to refresh my memory. Going over the old cards. Yeah, there was the first one with Pepsi Man, then it's the one Minoru Suzuki. Bridget from Guilty Gear, that was another one. I think if I just say Bridget, I'll remember it's Bridget from Guilty Gear. Because Bridget had that one weird fucking finisher. Yeah, so... And I only keep track of who won the Battle Royals, so I don't book them in another one. Originally, I was never gonna book someone in more... Like, if you lost one of those strange Battle Royals, you lost your shot. But then I noticed, looking at the cards, like, I did book Uncle Howdy in 2 of them. So that's going to go out the window. The first 3 were just either random. I know the Minoru Suzuki one was random because he's actually a guy built into the game. He's not a Creative Commons guy. Minoru Suzuki, the Murder Grandpa. Then Pepsi Man and Bridget were random ones. And then Piper and Robico were people who'd won previous matches on the previous cards. That's 5. I'm gonna do another 2 of these battle royals. I'm tempted to do pure random. I might just, like I said, at some point I may have to kill the lo-fi and just start Fire Pro and show you Fire Pro to show how things are done. But I also have other tournament championships. King and Queen of the Death Match. The King and Queen of the Attitude Era Death Match was initially The Rock. And then Cerno challenged him for, and Cerno actually won. So Cerno from 2, who is the most hardcore wrestler ever. Then there is the mayor of FlaVR Town, which is the G-Man. Because I had the G-Man take on Guy Fieri in the Octagon. And I'm like, okay, you're now the mayor of FlaVR Town. These are obviously all really silly. Like, I'm trying not to take this thing too fucking seriously. Because I've fallen into that trap before, and I'm kind of falling into that trap right now. I realize with the story of Amanda Splatts how it's actually a story of when Amanda met San Ruby is rather dark and gruesome and gory. And then getting into this twisted relationship that she and San Ruby have. This unhealthy, dark relationship where San Ruby is kind of pulling the strings. I get too dark, so I'm trying not to make this too dark. That's one of the reasons I went ahead and did voice acting and promos. for the tournament and cut promos on the spot and stuff. I'm trying to make Desert Mid-South more goofy, more lighthearted. Okay. Also have an 8-man belt for a 4-person team. And that was the Women of Tekken. Kazumi Kansaki, I think that's how it's spelled. Known. Obama. Lee. Value. And we've got a underlining story. Now, usually if you're the booker, you can write whatever story you want to go to with, as long as the wrestlers agree to it. And they had to agree to it or they may not get fucking paid. Depending on what kind of creative control they have. But the storyline we have now with the Women of Tekken who won the 8-person tournament, 8-person belts, is that Li Xiaoyu may be too dangerous a worker. Because in this game, you can KO somebody with a certain move. KOs are incredibly, extremely fucking rare right now. But Xiaoyu won both their matches with kick that caused a KO. So we're now thinking about maybe she's too dangerous, and that might be a plot line too. Although these are women from a fighting tournament. Okay, so before we get in and go ahead and randomize for the brackets. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's get that out of the way now. So I'm opening up a browser window, list of former WCW champs. And I'm also going to open up a window for random.org. I'm not going to show you the random.org list because I believe that it actually shows you your IP. I mean, I'm using a fucking VPN, although there have been questions about whether that's helpful or not. But I do just in case. Alright. So I'm on Wikipedia, the list of WCW champions. And so like I said, we're not doing The Rock, Kurt Angle, or Chris Jericho. They held it after WCW closed. And then we're not doing Vince Russo or David Arquette or anyone or that other guy. So that gives us a total of 16. So that's Hogan, Flair, Vader, Booker T, Sting, Lex Luger. I've downloaded all these guys already in FirePro. I've downloaded them all some time ago. I know I wanted to do this. So I downloaded all the WWE, WCW, and ECW champions at once. Goldberg, Ron Simmons, Scott Steiner. Giant, Kevin Nash, Sid Vicious. Jeff Jarrett, Bret Hart, Randy Savage, and DDP. And yeah, just double check the rest. Yeah. Jericho, Arquette, Russo, Angle. Okay. So even if I just cut it off on the amount of days they'd held it, I'm looking at the combined reigns list. Even if I cut off on those who held it on after a certain point, that would just be The Rock instead of DDP, and I wouldn't have cut out The Rock anyway because he's already won the King of the Deathmatch one. Now, the one for the WWE Championship, setting that up is going to be a little more complicated I might do it depending on if there's space on the card. I want to do a WWE pay-per-view as well, but that would be 55 wrestlers. And I think I've figured out how to do that also, as long as nobody else wins the belt before that. I don't think anyone knew was going to win unless they, like, pull the trigger on Kevin Owens. I don't think anyone else knew was going to win it in the next couple months. So, just going over the list. Hogan, Flair, Vader, Booker T, Sting, Lex Luger, Goldberg, Ron Simmons, Steiner, Giant, Nash, Sid Vicious, Jarrett, Bret Hart, Savage, DDP. So that's 16. I'll go ahead and randomize it. And the reason I love to use random.org is because it's like any speedrunner, any video game speedrunner will tell you that video game RNG is not really random. If you want real randomness, what they use atmospheric noise, which is one of the only true random things in the world. Okay, so it's gone ahead and set up the tournament. I'm not going to show you the browser. Alright, close that out. Hold on. I'll show you the snip. Pulling up the image number one. There we go. That's what it looks like afterwards. So that's what I use to go ahead and set up these tournaments. Because if you choose randomize in Fire Pro, it just random from everyone you've got, not just there. So I'll go ahead and fill these in right now. Savage versus Steiner. Got Steiner. That's going to be very charismatic. Flair versus Gold. Oh, Flair versus Goldberg. That's going to be fucking strange. Goldberg tossing Flair around like a fucking ragdoll. It's going to be great. Kevin Nash versus the Giant. You know these days is the Big Show. Two big, gigantic, 7-foot-tall men herking each other around. Booker T versus Ron Simmons. Two African-American guys. Ron Simmons, man. Farouk Ronson, he's so fucking underrated, man. He really is. Because most people just know him as Farouk, the damn guy, one half of the APA. He was a hell of a wrestler in his own, and a former WCW champion. I feel the guy deserves a lot more fucking respect than he gets. So, Jeff Jarrett versus Bret Hart. That'll be a battle of latter day WCW. I believe that's all in 2000 when that shit happened. Hogan versus Lex Luger. Hollywood Hogan, because it's WCW. Although I think the Hogan I downloaded from Creative Commons has both Hulk Hogan and Hollywood Hogan. Hogan versus Lex Luger. And I think there's a built-in storyline right there. I think Luger is the one who ended one of Hogan's streaks. I'm not sure. I believe so. DDP versus Vader. That's a fun little fantasy match. I don't think they were in WCW at the same time. Vader. And Sting versus Sid Vicious. Another interesting match. Save early, save often. As WCW. Yep, Mid-South. San Ruby Origins, San Ruby Live. The Night It Happened, Weird Dreams. So there's the tournament. And in Act 3, for example, Act 3, the first quarterfinal is going to be whoever wins Savage versus Steiner, taking on whoever beats Flair versus Goldberg. Second one's going to be whoever beats Nash versus Giant versus whoever wins in Booker T versus Ron Simmons, etc. And then Act 4, you get the two semifinals with breaks in between them, and then the finals. So we've gone ahead and booked the tournament part of the tournament. But to kind of loop these Desert Mid-South shows together, and to kind of do something, a little more cohesive, hopefully eventually set up for an actual show. I have other threads, other storylines with actual contracted Desert Mid-South wrestlers, quote-unquote contracted. First of all, there's a storyline that kind of emerged that I thought would be very interesting. And I'm going to put it here because I believe it was in the first position the last couple shows. So, the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg, Jesse James, and the Badass Billy Gunn. One of the most charismatic tag teams in history, and one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history. Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. On the first show, I wanted them to fight INNK, because I'm a fucking INNK mark. I love old school Asuka. I love old school Suisse. I'm so fucking happy Suisse is finally getting the fucking recognition she is these days. Oh my god. And Asuka, I'm a pioneer. Hardcore fucking pioneer. No matter what. I don't give a fuck what. I love her older stuff. I really prefer Asuka Black. But I do love it all. And even though I'm not a huge fan of some of the stuff she's doing these days, she's getting more creative freedom, because she didn't have any creative freedom when it came to the old INNK. All the stuff was written for her. So initially I wanted to do New Age Outlaws versus INNK. Problem is, the way that Fire Pro is done, you need to own every DLC. I can do this. You need to own every DLC in order to use a character. And at the time, I just did not have all the DLC. So I could not book Suisse. I think she had Entrance Craft or Move Craft. At the time, so instead of Suisse and Asuka, it was Asuka and Patina Soraz, the one true pairing in Hololive. So Soraz lost to the New Age Outlaws. Now, in the space between the two shows, I did 3 shows, such as 2.5 shows. One was kind of a what-if kind of makeup show, quote-unquote. Hair of the Dog That Bit You, I think I called it. At that time, everything went on sale again, and I got the parts I needed I essentially bought all the deal, and it's good. Apparently, it goes on sale semi-regular. Like Spike Chunsoft is having a deal until the 30th today, and everything would have been 80% off anyways. But I got it at like 80% off. So I spent like $100 on like $400 worth of video game, and it's worth it. Like I said, it saved my fucking channel. Fire Pro saved my fucking channel. Because this is something that I was doing alone at home. No one watching, just me for years at a time, trying to stave off depression by entertaining myself by booking shows. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to give you the creative process this morning. Now, back to Soraz, ASCII and Sora lost to the Outlaws. INNK beat the Outlaws, so Suisse and ASCII together beat the New Age Outlaws. So now I thought, what if there is tension there? Now see, it's so much harder to book a show when the outcome is supposed to be random, as opposed to booking a show when you know what's going to happen. Because you book the outcome. Now, it's hard to book in these shows where I don't know the outcome. But this is a pretty interesting story. Like, is there going to be tension now between Sora and ASCII? Because you could argue that Sora was the weak link in the fight with the Outlaws. So we're going to start out with a little more intrigue, throw a little fuel on the fire. Degeneration X. Road Dogg. Billy Gunn. The New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. And add X-Pac, their running buddy. Versus... ASCII. Sora. Tukino Sora. And Hochi. Machi. Suisei. So you've got that extra intrigue of Sora's lost. INNK Unit 1. What if it's all three of them and you throw in X-Pac, who is another member of the legendary 90s stable Generation X? So it works cohesively with those guys. And then we've got a few different titles. So I wanted to go ahead and get the title matches done. I wanted to go ahead and spread them out a little bit. I did want to do King and Queen of the Death match, since right now, as of right now, King and Queen of the Death match is my main show, or my main title. It's not going to be forever, but as of right now, with the Cerno defeating The Rock to win the belt, that's going to be it right now. So I'll go ahead and slot that in right here before the finals. King and Queen of the Death match. Cerno. Champion. Versus... And I got an idea for this, but... You know, since we're slotting everything in, I might go now. Terry Funk. The guy who won the ECW tournament. I was wondering, I either wanted him to face Cerno for that belt or face the G-Man. Because the ECW tournament thing, that wasn't going to be a belt or anything. That was just a special designation. Kind of like a guaranteed way in. So, my question was, do I want to have Terry Funk fight Cerno? Or do I want to have him fight the G-Man for one of those titles? So I thought Cerno would be more sense, because the Cerno, the belt is the barbed wire death match. And Terry Funk actually has experience in barbed wire death matches. He fought Sabu in that legendary one, where Sabu's bicep got horribly cut open, and he had to manually kind of like wrap it up and continue the match. And it got to the point where I believe Heyman never booked another barbed wire rope match again because of that shit. So, gonna be Cerno versus Terry Funk. CW tournament winner. Which leaves the G-Man open. And we're gonna end Act 1 with Mayor of Flavortown. And Mayor of Flavortown is actually under UFC rules. That's the Dodecagon, which is obviously a pair to the Octagon. WCW or UFC has the 8-sided Octagon. Fire Pro has the 12-sided Dodecagon, legally distinct Dodecagon. G-Man. And then he kicked Shaq's ass. So right now, the mayor of Flavortown is the only championship in Desert Mid-South that has been successfully defended. So it's going to be G-Man versus... I thought, who would be fun to bring in? Just something... Because Mayor of Flavortown belts is a silly thing and a bunch of silly things. And then I got turned on to... Hold on. I think I know who I want to bring. I know who I want to fucking bring in to fight. I'm a little worried about saying his name, though. Because, you know, man, you say his name. If you say this man's name, and he appears. Say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Oh, shit! It worked! I said his name and he appeared. Joe Hendry. Joe fucking Hendry. Oh my god. Hey, thank you for stopping by, Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is a modern wrestler. He actually got real fucking huge on the internet because of his hilarious theme song. I Believe in Joe Hendry. Actually charted, I believe. Like, because they put it up on a Monday because there's no competition. Because, like, I believe the chart's like Thursday to Friday every week. So his theme song actually charted, and then people got it to the top of the charts like they did with Fandango's theme back in the day. So what he does music parodies of all his opponents, and does, like, slam songs against his opponents. And he does a lot of hilarious stuff, a lot of goofy stuff. But he's also a real good fucking wrestler. And the reason I thought about Joe Hendry is he won the TNA Impact, or the TMA Heavyweight Championship recently. Sorry, spoiler alert. A couple days ago at Slammiversary, he won the TNA Championship. So he's real fucking hot right now. Plus, there's kind of a weird relationship now between TNA and WWE, where they'll send each other their, like, low-level guys. Like, Joe Hendry's been on NXT. And then I think Axiom, the Axiom tag team was on Slammiversary. So WWE and Impact have kind of had a little weird working relationship, which you haven't seen in a long fucking time. And it does my heart good, but, like, they're never going to work with AEW. Holy shit, there's too much animosity there. But working with Impact is almost as good. Especially since they're trying to bring Impact back. So they might... I almost wonder if they might be doing this because of what they did with WCW or ECW back in 1995. Having ECW guys on there for a few shows. And then having Jerry Lawler in ECW for a while. They might be thinking that Impact might be a farm system for WWE guys. Because it was for a long time. Like, AJ Styles. Holy shit, AJ Styles was the man for many years in TNA. And then he just shot right to the top of the charts in WWE when he premiered. He had a spot waiting for him at the time. Now, I'm not saying Joe Hendry is AJ Styles, but he is fucking over right now. And he's hilarious. Roll that footage. So if I book Joe Hendry, I'll have to fucking think of a thing. Make it like a song parody or something. Now, initially I wanted to book him versus Cerno, so he could do his own parody of Cerno's Perfect Math Class. But then I thought that would leave the G-Man facing Terry Funk, and I don't really feel enthused about that. Because that would be Terry Funk in the UFC, and that doesn't make as much sense as him in a hardcore match with Cerno. So Joe Hendry's going to be fighting and I think there's a lot of jokes that Joe Hendry could sing about Half-Life, how there's never going to be a Half-Life 3. Making jokes about how we still don't fucking know who the G-Man is, etc. So I think there might be some meat on the bone there. Especially if he wins. But if he loses, then that further solidifies G-Man as an important character. Thank you, Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Everyone should believe in him because he won the fucking belt. God bless you. So, write a song promo. Because when I did the promos at the last show, the ECW tournament, I wrote them on the spot, like immediately. I just made it right up. Just a reminder to take my fucking allergy medication. I actually had a little accident a few days ago. Fell in my kitchen and ended up spilling my allergy medication. So I'm kind of suffering through it right now. That's one of the things I got to pick up after this stream. I don't think the stream is going to go as long as a lot of the writing streams. But I also did need to get... I need to get a fucking Steam gift card. Because stuff has started going on sale. Like, a couple of the things on my wish list now are 90% off. Like, that's a Spike Chunsoft deal. I wanted to get Way of the Samurai 3 and 4. I don't know if I could run 4 or stream 4. But if it's only going to be like $3 right now, I'll pick it up anyways. Like, if it's less than $5, I'll fucking pick it up. Okay, so that's the start right now. We're playing off the ASCII Soraz versus INNK tension with DX versus ASCII, Sora, and Suisse. And we know that's going to be a thing. There's going to be tension there because of how they've both won and lost the New Age Outlaws. Okay, so I've gone ahead and booked that. I've booked the... I want to do 2 more, quote-unquote, medallion of the... I still don't know what the item is other than the Mysterious Battle Royals. I want to do 2 more. I want to have a total of 8, quote-unquote, medallion holders. I'd want a total of 8 of them. So, let's go ahead and do the other 8-man as well. Kazuma Kanzaki, The Unknown, Jun Kazama, Lee Xiaoyu, Tekken, the 8-person tag. We're gonna make the 8-person tag the main event of Act 2. That way the quarterfinals aren't overshadowed in Act 3. Tekken versus... Now, we had kind of a quote-unquote impromptu tournament over the last couple shows when I realized it had a lot of 8-person tags. So... I'm trying to think who would be a good... Because at the end they fought the clown, which is fucking hilarious. Sanity Jinx, one of my regulars. He's been up for all these Desert Mid-South shows. And he thought of the fucking clown car. Or not Clown Town. Clown Town. For the alliance of Sephiroth. Originally it was going to be Sephiroth and Kefka versus Tina and Terra. And then Biggie Smalls and Tupac versus the Insane Clown Posse. But on my first show, I was very pressed for time. I had a ton of matches. So I merged them together. I had Kefka, Sephiroth, and ICP actually beat Tina, Terra, and Biggie and Pac. So they became a stable. They became the Clown Town, as Jinx called them. And now in the main event, or in the finals, quote unquote, they lost to the Women of Tekken. So they're not going to be in title contention right now, but I do want to do something with Clown Town. In fact, before we decide who's going to be the person here, let's book Clown Town. So what I wanted to do is, if we're going to go together with Clown Town as a heel stable, and I want to explore the power of Clown Town. Sephiroth doesn't fit. Sephiroth does not fit in Clown Town. Because Kev gets a clown, the ICP are clowns. So Sephiroth has been booted out of the stable. So we're gonna go ahead and have a filler match. A filler match is just two guys I want to see wrestle. Sephiroth, who was booted from Clown Town, Penta. Penta recently debuted in WWE. I fucking love Penta. He's fucking amazing. And any of you who love wrestling but have not watched anything outside the WWE, you're gonna be fucking amazed by Penta. Penta L0M, Penta El Cerebro, Dark Pentagon, Pentagon Jr., whatever you fucking call him. Penta is gonna be fucking great. You're gonna fucking love him. So we'll use that as the kind of breather between the two semifinal match, kind of a like restroom match or whatever. Because these are two guys I wanted to book, but there's just like no place for them right now. So the women of Tekken. I'm trying to figure out. I think I gotta check I gotta open Fire Pro. Right now, with everything going, I've got 89 CPU, 83 memory. I gotta open Fire Pro and check to see who I have listed. So the stream may go a little chunky for a moment. The stream may get a bit chunky. Please forgive. Having the lo-fi going in the game. I'll go ahead and mute Fire Pro just because getting just kind of a vibe here with what we're doing today. A little chunky. I'll go ahead and add the window. I'll go ahead and add the window. No sound, but the window, just to show you what I'm seeing. And to kind of keep gauge on the stream as well, see if it's going too chunky or not. Civic window, Fire Pro. There we go. Hopefully it's not too bad. I usually don't like navigating Fire Pro with just the controls. I usually plug in my controller, but I'm not actually going to be playing much. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to see, look at the roster I have right now. See who might be a good 4-person team to take on the women of Tekken. Okay, first of all, as far as the Clown Town match goes, I wanted to initiate a new member of Clown Town to replace Sephiroth. Go ahead and double check. I think it's going to be okay as long as I have that small one. So, let's see, do I have Doink here? Did I download? Yeah, I did. Doink the Clown. The wrestling clown. From back in the 90s. Doink the Clown. Versus, do I have her? Did I find her? Where's the two who's? Where are my two who's? No, I thought I had. I thought I had clown piece. I thought I found clown piece. Let me check. So edit mode, team edit, transfer wrestler. No, I didn't download clown piece yet. I thought I downloaded clown piece from Toho. So I gotta quit out this now because I'll show you how I do this, how I add characters, etc. Because I wanted to book Doink versus Clown. So I'll go to the Steam Workshop. Because there's a workshop for all of these games. And the Fire Pro Wrestling world has hundreds of thousands of fucking things. It's fucking amazing. Clown piece. Somebody made it looks fucking weird, but I think it'll work. No, I'm not showing you the browser, like, for fucking security reasons. Yeah, someone did make a whole absolute fuck ton of that. I gotta download more 2Who's. Because you said I got a few 2Who's. So I will show you what I do. I do love the snipping tool. I fucking love the snipping tool. Because it automatically saves a snip. And I can just add that snip as an item. So, here we go. Where's the snip? So here's what I do. I go to the website, and on the website, when you look up the character, sometimes you have to use the Japanese name, or sometimes you just have to find a list of characters. But Clown Piece, you see there, at the bottom right, there's a little subscribe button. That's how you add them. So I'm going to click the subscribe button. Just like I hope you'll click the subscribe button. Subscribe to the Amanda Splatts Project. And check out the Gardic Phone collab tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. I got a total of 8 people. It's going to be fucking amazing. Okay, so I've subscribed to Clown Piece. And you have to subscribe to something in Fire Pro in order to download it. So I'll load up Fire Pro again. Again, I apologize if it's going to go a little chunky, but I do want to show you the process also. You got a cap. Oh, good. The window's already up. Now you see the bar at the bottom, downloading. It has to individually download every DLC every single time. It has to download them all each time. So now go ahead and add, whenever you download a character from Creative Commons, it's always put in the retired section. So it's edit mode. Team edit. Transfer wrestler. Now you see there's Clown Piece. When you download and when you add some from Creative Commons, it always is added in the retired section. So you gotta go ahead. Enter. Choose Clown Piece. And where do we put her? Put her in 2Who. Put her in the 2Who's. Go back. Offline play. Not actually going to play a match today. I just want to see if it works. If a character does not work, or if you don't have the proper items that you need, it will show you. And the name will be blacked out. I just want to make sure that this works. Sometimes they have broken parts. Sometimes they need to be updated. Oh, good. Clown Piece works. If Clown Piece didn't work, if she had a broken part or something, or if she had DLC that I don't have, then she would be blanked out, and I would not be able to choose her, because the game would automatically recognize it. But there we go, Clown Piece. So we're going to book... as another kind of breather match. And we're going to do it here because I believe Clown Town tied to that 8-person tag. They're the ones who lost the 8-person tag where the women of Mishima won. So it's going to be Clown Piece versus Doink for Sephiroth's spot in Clown Town. ACP and yeah. So that's stringing together the previous shows. Since Sanity Jinx seemed really interested in Clown Town, had a lot of fun with that. And if he's going to be a homie and show up to the shows, I want to incorporate his feedback. So Sephiroth is out, and his match with Penta isn't going to do much. It's just 2 guys I want to book. Don't have anywhere else to book them. Not much of a meaning to it. Just kind of quote-unquote random. I do want to do 2 more tournaments, or 2 more medallion matches, quote-unquote medallion. But I want to save them. So I'm going to go ahead and look through my roster quickly, see if there are any 4-person units that kind of jump out at me. Like Doki Doki Literature Club, I already did that. I already did for Doki Doki Literature Club. Shinji, Asuka, Rei. There's the Evangelion trilogy. I'm tempted to download Maria Illustrious. I don't know if they made her and just do Evangelion. But I think these 3, considering how the TV show is more iconic than the movies, that they may be better in a 6-man tag as opposed to an 8-person tag. So there's some of it. Well, is there a stable ECW that kind of stands out? I just had a fucked up thought. I wanted to do something with the franchise Shane Douglas. He came in second in the tournament. He made it to the finals and lost to Terry Funk. I wanted to do something with the franchise. I like the franchise. Since Terry Funk is getting a title match, it wouldn't be out of the pocket to think Shane Douglas could get a title match for finishing second. Let's see if we get if anything sticks out of me before that. Oh god, I fucking downloaded Glacier. I downloaded Evil Dead. Sometimes it surprises me when I fucking download it. I might just put together a bunch of weird characters. In fact, I'll tell you right now, the 2 tournaments I want to do, or the 2 medallions I want to do, quote unquote. I want to do one with all extremely muscular women. I'm into big muscular women. I've made no bones about it. That's my thing. I want to do that. and guarantee at least one will get into what's coming up. So I'm gonna book an 8-person tag or 8-person battle royal with them. Do I have? I don't think I have. Now the one that actually showed Black Widow as a human, a big jacked muscular woman, was not fucking working at the time. Like there's a piece missing or something. Wait a minute. Jumbo Flapjack, Mike Hagar, the Great Oni, and Black Widow. Huh. There was a fighting game, or a couple of games called Saturday Night Slam Masters, put out by Capcom. It's a whole bunch of wrestlers, plus Mike Hagar from Final Fight, who himself was a wrestler. The first one was the actual wrestling game, straight up wrestling game. Then they did the sequel, Saturday Night Slam Masters 2. Ring of Destruction, I think. And that was a fighting game. The sequel to the wrestling game was just a straight up fighting game. I think they had a grapple system, but it was just a fighting game. I didn't realize I'd gotten these 4. I'm leaning towards that. We'll do that if nothing else comes. If nothing else pokes out at me, we'll do that. That's okay. Any units in SNK that... fuck you, buddy. You useless piece of shit. Fuck you too, Ruble. All live. Now, look, you got like Noel, Suisse, all of them, Sakura Mito. Okay, I want to book Miko somewhere. Because the ASCII unit, ASCII, Suisse, and Sora are fighting the New Age Outlaws. And Robico won that quote-unquote Gift of the Gods match. So Sakura is the only Gen Zero person who's not involved in something right now. There's Robico, she's in. Rodden. Combination of DOA and Rumble Roses. I'm surprised they put fucking Sentinel in one. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do with the 2 quote-unquote Gift of the Gods matches, or Medallion of the Gods matches. Just put together 8 muscular women, and then put together 8 characters I just fucking like. Mario, 5 volts, Mama 5 volt. Samus Aran, Wario. I almost want to get Luigi and Waluigi for a few. They haven't done shit with Waluigi though, have they? Of course, Mr. Dream and Bald Bull. I got several characters from Fighter's Destiny. Boro, Joker, Cherry and Valerie. Kana, Reptile, Air Max, Scorpion. That's it. That's it. That's it. The 4 fucking palette swap ninjas. Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Air Max, and Reptile. Because then you've also got Noob Saibot, Smoke, Rain, and I think Tremor. So yeah, there we go. It'll be 4 damn ninjas. Second versus 0, Scorpion, Reptile, and Ermac. That would be fucking great. So we've got more spot. You know what? I think maybe I'll just include Sephiroth and Penta in that one Gift of the Gods match, because now I want to do another 8-person tag. So this is going to be a Gift of the Gods match. And this is going to be the gift. So Mysterious Battle Royal. Penta versus... You know what? I'm not even going to include Sephiroth unless, like, we run out of characters. Unless, yeah, because... Well, maybe say he has a contract dispute or something. Okay. And yeah, this will be another filler. Sakura Mito versus Shane Douglas. Because Sakura, the rest of Gen Zero has nothing to do, so she comes out, starts some shit. Then the franchise comes out, pissed off that Terry Funk won the tournament, and there's an impromptu match between them. That might be hilarious. That might be fucking hilarious. So that means this one will be the Serious Battle Royal for the muscular woman. And that leaves this one to be another 8-person tag. Saturday Night Slam Masters. Hagar, Oni, Jumbo, Widow versus... And I don't think I got the version of Black Widow where she's human. Or quote unquote, you can see that it's a jacked woman. Because there is actually a part... Now that I've owned all the DLC, it's only if a part is broken or a part is missing that I can't use them. And in that case, it's the uploaders. It's the onus is on the uploader to change them. So we need the 8-person Sonic, Blaze, Knuckles, and Dyrus Flare. You got Double Dragon. I'm honestly surprised that they had characters from Double Dragon 5, the shitty fighting game they put out, based on the TV show. Here goes Sekka, Dominique. Then they got old squad Burnov, Linda Lash, and Ababo. Ababo! Fucking awesome. I wanted to do Tupac versus Biggie, but I don't have any. Is there something I could just cut? Don't get Sephiroth. I think last time I did go ahead and make it like 25. Last time I did go ahead, because if I had 2 spaces. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put Biggie versus Pac as another match in Act 4. Or would that be insensitive? Would that be insensitive? I don't fucking know. You know, there's really no storyline build up to this match right now. I'll save it for now. I'll save it. And another 4-person unit to take on Saturday Night Slam Masters. We have something to be unsorted. That's a WWE former WWE champion. WCW. Got Armika, got Yamato, got Yeef. Do I have another Street Fighter grappler? No. Can I make a cohesive unit out of the SNK ones I've got? Mr. Big. I did the stream with the 96 boss team. You know what? I think I'll book that. 96 boss team. As a bit of a cooldown match. 96 boss team. He's Mr. Big. Krause. Now, do I have Krauser? I'm not going to go out of my way to download Wolfgang Krauser if I don't have him. No, fuck it. Never mind. I think I'll just keep it at 24. I didn't download a roach. Do I have a cohesive 4-person unit in Hollow Lock? You know what? I'll give Doki Doki Literature Club another chance. So it'll be the Saturday Night Slam Masters versus the Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't know if a lot of people talk about Doki Doki Literature Club anymore. Like, I decided against playing it because it's like everyone knows what it is. Everyone knows what it is. Everyone knows the twist at the end. Everyone knows how to get the real ending. Now, what could I add? What could I fucking add this time? But I do like the dynamic, and I do like the show they put on against the Horsemen. So yes, they're in that main event: Hagar, Onu, Jumbi, and Widow versus the Literature Club. That sounds good. Okay, now look at the card so far. Okay, you got the tournament matches. Then DX versus the Gen Zero unit. Playing up on Outlaws versus Soraz and Outlaws versus INMK. Mayor Flavor Town G-Man versus Joe Hendry. I gotta write a song promo or something. Then roll that footage. They add to the other tournament matches, the qualifiers. Then Clown Piece versus Doink to join Clown Town. And the women of Tekken taking on the men, the fucking multicolored ninjas. I know these days they look different, but back in the day, they all looked the fucking same because I think they were just all recolors of the same model. And they got real fucking lazy with it too. We got Saturday Night Slam Masters, the 4 characters that down the line from that: Hager, Oni, Jumbo, and Widow versus the Literature Club. I'm not worried about. I was initially worried with the older matches or the older shows about booking too many 8-man tags because those go really long. Those can go really long. I'm not as worried this time because the WCW tournament, like the ECW tournament, was no disqualification. There are going to be disqualifications. It's going to be normal matches for the WCW tournament. So that's going to be a little different. So, go back in. Double checking the resources. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill out those battle royals. Going to be 8 interesting characters, and then 8. This is basically going to be one of my last chances to fill out a roster. Because I don't just want to, if this is going to be the big match, this is going to be the big belt. I don't just want to drop people in. I want to, because if they're going to be a representative of Desert Mid-South, I want them to actually be able to beat other people. Because some of these may look great, may look amazing, but have shitty statistics. So, Pepsi Man, Bridget, Minoru Suzuki, Murder Grandpa, Roddy Piper, and Robico have all won these. I'm going to go for 8. Oh, there's another. Yes, there is one more I wanted to. One more one I wanted. Another battle. And that goes to the WWE Championship I want to do. So there are a total of 55 champions in the history of the linear WWE Championship, starting with Buddy Rogers and all the way to Cody Rhodes right now. I'm not counting the Universal Championship. I'm not counting the other World Championships. Just the big one. The one that you can trace from Buddy Rose to now. No, Buddy Rogers. No, not but Playboy Buddy Rose. That's someone differently. I'm talking about Buddy Rogers to now. There have been a total of 55 men who have held it. So, I'll go ahead and pull up the list right now. Just do this. I do worry about having too much shit open right now. List of WWE champions. So I got Wikipedia open, the list of WWE champions. So basically what I can do, if I want to do a big tournament of these guys, I can do a tournament of 48. That would be 3 16-person tournaments. And ending with a triple threat match. So that would be 48 slots, but I have 55 wrestlers. So, pulling up Wikipedia right now. So we're going by. So what we're going to do is we're going by the amount of days they've held the championship. So if this is about the amount of people who have held the championship, that's the metric we're going to use. The top 47. The top 47 are automatically in. The people who have held the longest, top 47 out of 55, they're automatically in. And so spot 48, I'm going to have a battle royal of the bottom 8. Because that'll whittle down, if I eliminate 7 people in a battle royal of 8-person battle royal, that whittles down the field from 55 to 48, and then it can have a legitimate tournament. So I'll show you the Wikipedia page. So, this is the bottom of how long everyone's held the WWE Championship. You'll notice Ted DiBiase, Antonio Inoki, those have asterisks. They're not officially recognized. So, the bottom 8 would be Andre the Giant, Rey Mysterio, Kane, Vince McMahon, Stan Stasiak, Ivan Koloff, Rob Van Dam, and Buddy Rogers. Now you notice there's a bit of a disparity. On the right is how many days are actually recognized by the WWE. On the left is how many days they actually held them. Because of tape delay, television delay, a lot of the time back in the day they would delay holding they'd film a match beforehand and then wait to show it on television later. But the reason I'm choosing, I'll admit I'm kind of putting my thumb on the scale a little bit. The reason I'm choosing to go by the amount of days recognized against the amount of days they actually held it is because if I go out of the days they actually held it, then the Iron Sheik would be on the chopping block and Nature Boy Buddy Rogers would be in. And I don't want to do that to Sheiky Baby. R.I.P. Sheiky Baby. I fucking miss you, Sheik. The world needs your wisdom at this time, Sheiky Baby. Break your back. Make them humble. And then... No. I think he dropped that part there. So, we're going by days recognized. So... you see what I'm doing here? That'll be our 25th match. Because that will be building directly to the next show, which will be the WWE tournaments. And I want to do a big all-day marathon with that. Because that's going to be 47 matches in one day. Like 45, I believe. Because or 46. One of them's going to be a triple threat. So, go back to... So, Miko versus Douglas is going to be the rest match between Sterno versus Terry Funk and the finals of the WCW tournament. WWE tournament spot number 48. Qualifier. Now, I may have to undo all this if someone else wins the belt, but then they would be in the bottom 8 as well. Okay, so who are the bottom? Again. Andre Giant versus Rey Mysterio versus Kane versus Vince McMahon versus Dan the Man Stasiak versus Ivan Koloff. Rob Van Dam versus Buddy Rogers. So the top 47, they're automatically guaranteed to be in the tournament. And this will be for that 48th spot. So after the WCW tournament, we are doing the next one. Is gonna, and I want it to be a fucking big all-day marathon thing. I don't know what date yet. This is gonna be in 2 weeks. That's the plan right now. Next week I want to do black box games for the NES, and then the week after that I want to do the WCW tournament because I like to have a couple weeks to build one of these up, kind of build up hype. So over the next couple weeks I'll be dropping little tweets. If anyone reads my fucking tweets, hyping up this show. So yeah, so Andre, Ray, Kane, Vince, Stan Sazak, Olaf, but it sounds good. And that'll be for spot number 48. Everyone else is like Orton, John Cena, etc. is in. Okay, so that'll be a total of 25 matches, so that'll be good. 25 matches. So we got the tournament, DX versus Gen Zero. We're just flashing on save just in case. Tournament, G-Man versus Joe Henry. Tournament, Clown Piece versus Doink. Tournament, the Woman of Tekken versus the Men of Mortal Kombat. First Mysterious Battle Royal. And then the Saturday Night Slam Masters versus Doki Doki Literature Club. And then the Mysterious Battle Royal. Semi-final. Battle or semi-final. That goes up to 25 matches. Now, the first Desert Mid-South show was 30 matches. The King and Queen of the Death match thing. That went, I believe it actually went out to 31 matches because I added Rock versus Lita at the last minute to merge the King of the Death match and the Queen of the Death match championships. That's why it's called King and Queen of the Death match. It was originally 2 different belts. But then The Rock and Lita squared off after winning their respective belts, and The Rock won that match. And then Cerno beat The Rock. Because it's never a dull moment in Desert. So now just to fill out Mysterious Battle Royal number 6 and number 7. Okay, let's do the easy one. Let's do the big muscular woman one first. Browser, see what I've got. Okay. So obviously Marissa. Versus Lana Adair. Versus Lewis. Versus. I'm trying to remember. I had a whole team of muscular women. I was going to go and put them on because that team kind of imploded. Oh, it'll come to me when I go through. I kind of want to do Power Girl and She-Hulk. But I'm just going to put in She-Hulk because I also want to put in Power Lady. This is a character that Cara Malone had showed me in this fucking Tameni and Asagi porno game. There was a big muscular woman, Power Lady. So She-Hulk, Power Lady. Well, I've got the previous cards up. I'll just double check the last cards. Oh yeah, Angela Lewis, or Angela Belti from Power Instinct, and Rila from Breakers. So that's Marissa. And the only reason I stop at 8 with the Battle Royal is that's the maximum characters you can have in one match. 8. So that's Marissa, Leona, Vanessa, She-Hulk, Power Lady, Angela, Rila. I kind of wanted to stick to one character per franchise. Is there anyone in the random spot that I had? Maybe Mary Ivanskaya. See, if there's no one else, I'll put her. Because I don't know. She's from Tabal's number 1 and 2. I'm also kind of scouting randos to add. I want a fucking weird battle royal too. This Tekken. No, that's it. I think that's it. Okay, so it'll be Marissa, Leona, Vanessa Lewis, She-Hulk, Power Lady, Angela Beltai, Rila, and Mary. That'll be another one of the medallions, quote unquote. I don't want to use the term medallion of the gods, although that's exactly what it is from Lucha Underground. That's exactly what I'm doing with the Battle Royals. But I want to give them something else. Now for the weird ones. Just ones that I think are cool, ones that I like. Crazy fucking shit. Let's browse around, see what we got. Fucking, I forgot I downloaded Rem Lazar. Never mind, we don't deny that you inspired from another place out of space. Some waving high, Rem Lazar. If you don't know Rem Lazar, fucking look him up, dude. Oh yeah, Annie Leonhardt, the fucking female Titan from Attack on Titan. I forgot I'd gotten her. Who could I boot to put her in? I'll just put her in the mysterious battle royal. The female Titan. I think she's the only female Titan, I'm not sure. Got... That's from Stardust Suplex, a Super Nintendo game I got. Or played, rather. Fucking, I forgot I had Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head's in too. Versus. You know what? I want to do a total of 8. I want to do a total of 8. And I think I could probably cut Sakura Miko versus the franchise and do another. I'm thinking of doing a weird one, a muscular woman's one, and a monster's ball. Because Penta, Annie Leonhardt, and Pyramid Head would be considered kind of monsters. Do I really need to do Mito versus Shane? No, I think I'll go ahead and cut this. I'll just put Miko and Douglas in the third one. What can I move up from? I think Clown Piece versus Doink would be a good rest match. We'll put Clown Piece versus Doink up here. Because that actually has ties to what I want to be a heel stable. Clown Piece versus Doink, and then I'll do a... We'll go ahead and get all three Mysterious Monsters ball. Or all Mysterious Battle Royals. It's Battle Royal. Now the more scary and intimidating ones. Go ahead and put Rem Lazar in. Because I think I've got enough spoopy or intimidating characters to do a full Monsters Ball. Rem Lazar versus Cora Miko versus Jane Douglas versus who else I got this browse around? Marceline the Vampire Queen. Dr. Frank. I don't know, maybe Dr. Frank was kind of a joke. I didn't know that someone made him. In the old WCW games for the N64, like WCW versus World, I think, WCW NWO, they had Japanese wrestlers and wrestlers from other federations. But when they ported it to America, they had to make original characters with those movesets, like licensing rights and stuff. So Dr. Frank was one of the persons they put the skin of, like Genricho Tenryu or something. I was just surprised that Dr. Frank was in. So I put him there. Download him. But Marceline, the Vampire Queen, she's in. Yeah, Beetlejuice, Queen Beryl. All right. Oh, The Grudge. I didn't get the Ring Girl because I thought it would be kind of redundant to get both the Ring Girl and the Grudge Girl. So I got the Grudge because I like the Ju-On Grudge movies better than the Ringo movies. Versus Grudge versus two more to fill out the Monsters Ball. Dark Star Chaos. She's big, powerful, intimidating. And she did beat the Dark Queen from Battletoads in the previous show. And I got the fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force versus Evangelion would be a good match. Because that would be the weirdest fucking thing in history. What can I cut? What can I cut to do that? I'm sorry, Saturday Night Slime Masters. The sheer fucking weirdness of Evangelion. Stuka Ray versus Rocket Team Hunger Force. The sheer fucking weirdness of that. But I will add Jumbo Flapjack to the Anything Goes battle. No, I put Marceline in the wrong one. And I'm not too happy with the Black Widow I have, even though she's the only female character in that series. I'm not too happy with it because it doesn't have the human version of it. So Jumbo Flapjack is a weird fucking character anyways. So we got Penta, Annie Leonhardt, the female Titan, Pyramid Head, Beetlejuice, Queen Beryl, The Grudge, Dark Star Chaos, Marceline the Vampire Queen. That sounds like a good monster. Those sound like 8 perfectly intimidating characters. The Muscular Woman Battle Royal, we got Marissa, Leona, Vanessa Lewis, She-Hulk, Power Lady, not Power Girl, Power Lady, Under the Belt, Riola, and Maria Vonskaya. Now just gonna fucking... Got Rum Lazar, Sakura Mito, who was cut earlier, Shane Douglas, Jumbo Flapjack. We don't need a literature club. You know what? Let's cut Beetlejuice. Cut Beetlejuice from the Battle Royal and Yuri. Ducky Literature Club. Because I heard the second Beetlejuice movie wasn't actually that good. And I do like Yuri better. Yuri's the best girl. Fuck you, fight me on this. She's a writer who gets a little stabby. Plus, she was pulling out the knife and the fork and the fucking scythe during their match with the Four Horsemen. And you know Flair is really easy to fucking cut open as it is. So that'll be the Monsters Ball. Penta, Annie, Pyramid Head, Yuri. Yeah, that sounds like a good Monsters Ball. And then the Muscular Woman one that's set up. I'll cut Mary if I run into another character that I think I'd like to see more than her. But she's actual wrestler. But I think Annie Leonhardt would more fit into a Monsters Ball match. Rum Lazar, Sakura Mito, Shane Douglas, Jumbo Flapjack. Who else can we add? I'm trying to remember why I got Captain Jack Sparrow. I think I wanted to do a pirate match with him and Marie. Okay. Anyone watching? I know, like, no one's fucking watching or listening right now, almost. If you see anyone while I'm browsing these characters that you want me to throw in, let me know. Fucking crewmate. Versus the crewmate. If there's anyone you see while I'm browsing that you want thrown in, let me know. You can have a chance to possibly affect the future of this federation. Ribby, the giant fucking rib from one of the WWE story games. Wanted to add Fortran. Press start to Rich, but I think I've already booked him and given him a lot of chances and he's never come through. Who's Cindy? Amazonas. Oh yeah, she's like Monster Maulers or something. And there are two specific. I wanted to do Glacier. Glacier because he's a fucking bullshit Sub-Zero versus versus Glacier. And I also wanted to do Chairperson because we've got the collection, the new collection of, like, I think Naomi board Capcom games coming out soon, including the CVS 1 and 2, and Rival Schools Project Justice is going to be included on that. Yeah, there's someone actually went to the trouble of making Mr. Dr. Cube. I kind of want to put Dr. Cube in. Where do you fit in? Huh. Dr. Cube from the Kaiju Big Battle. Huh. Now you see, once you get it kind of starts becoming a puzzle. I'll move Annie Leonhardt to the. Now, you know what? I think I did book Dr. Q previously, so forget that. Maybe in the future. What else I might have missed? I know that's JWC Evil Dead Juggalo Championship Wrestling. It's not a big thing if I don't book him. He's basically there because of ICP. Okay, I'll add him to that one match with Clown now. It'll be a triple threat match versus Clown Priest versus Doink the Clown versus JCW Evil Dead, who is Gigolo Championship Wrestling's like original champion. I'd forgotten I downloaded him. Anyone else I want to think? Well, this is what happens when you have like 350 fucking characters downloaded. You don't. It's a problem booking them all in one show. You see anyone you like, let me know. Someone made Mokujin. I kind of don't like that Mokujin. Dr. Boskanovich. I wanted to put Sentinel in because this Sentinel looks so fucking good. Who did I cut for Sentinel? You know, the franchise loss will cut him out for Sentinel. As much as I like the franchise, he did lose the tournament. So I'll put the Sentinel in there. Fighter's Destiny, man. That's one of the most underrated fighting games ever. Just because it was locked to the N64. It had a whole point system. The rounds were done on a point system. Armstrong. Combat, Sega, machine gun. I wanted to put Ababo in because he's fucking iconic. Who could I replace with Ababel? Like that. Queen Beryl didn't really play that much of a role. Like after season 1 in Sailor Moon, they quote unquote killed her off. So put Ababo in her spot. The monster. He's a big, burly, fucking dangerous boss. I like Patchy. I love Patchy. But no, I don't think I can. Can I cut someone from the Anything Goes one? What can I put her in? I just don't think there's space for it. Yeah, I'll put her here. Ribby's been in one of these already, I believe. Ribby's already been in one of them. Plus, Ribby is kind of a deep cut. So I'll put Patchy in there instead. Because Patchy's best girl. Fuck you. Now to look through the unsorted. So I think that's it. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Go ahead and shut down Fire Pro now. Because I think that's the whole card. I think that's the whole card. Go ahead and double check. So previous Battle Royal winners were Pepsi Man, Bridget, Mineral, Suzuki, Roddy, Firebird, Roboco. They're already in. If Roboco's in, do I want Sakuramito in as well? Do I want to really overload it with the Hololive girls? But then I don't think I get. I want to put Miko somewhere on this card. But I don't think I could fit her anywhere. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. I think it's because she's only got a 1 in 8 chance of winning that anyways. So I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna reveal what I'm gonna do with the Strange Battle Royal winners, the Medallion of the Gods thing at the tournament. I think that's good. Okay, so we have Randy Savage versus Scott Steiner qualifier match, Ric Flair Goldberg qualifier. Then we got DX, Road God, Billy Gunn, X-Pac versus Asti, Sora, and Sweet Say. Playing off of Soraz losing to the New Age Outlaws, but INNK beating the New Age Outlaws. Creating tension between ST and Sora as the weak link. So I have together, see if they can work together as a cohesive unit against the Generation X. You got the third qualifier, fourth qualifier, the G-Man versus Joe Hendry, and I got to write some kind of song promo because that's what he does. Won't be able to do any of his goofy stuff inside the octagon, though, the dodecagon. And that's how we'll go ahead and wrap up Act 1 with that tournament match, or that title match. Next up, Act 2. Jarrett, Bret Hart, Hogan, the tournament matches. And then the first mysterious battle royal. Rum Lazar, Sakura Mito, Sentinel. The storyline will be that Mito was pissed off that she wasn't booked when Roboco is already locked in, and the ASCII unit is already locked in. So we went ahead and shut her up by putting her in the battle royal anyways. So Rum Lazar, Mito, Sentinel, Jumbo Flapjack, the crewmate, Truly Knowledge, Glacier, and Chairperson. Another tournament. Then the 8-person. Eventually, I want to do a tag team tournament. Just tag teams from anywhere and everywhere. Because I need a tag team championship for Desert Mid-South also. I need a heavyweight championship. I also need a tag team championship. So after doing these tournaments with WWE, WCW, ECW, and all of that to draw people in, I want to go ahead and have a full, just straight up Desert Mid-South Federation match. Because they did Attitude Era, then WCW, then ECW, and then the Desert Mid-South matches and their belts are kind of tangential to those tournaments. But after the big WWE tournament marathon, I want to go ahead and just do a straight up Desert Mid-South show where we're going to go ahead and crown everyone. Okay, so I don't know. Do I want to have the women of Tekken take on Mortal Kombat? Or do I want to have them take on the Saturday Night Slam Masters? What would be more interesting? Now, I downloaded those for specifically as a 4-person unit, so that would make more sense. The women of Tekken versus the men of Multicolored Ninja. The 8-person tag title, that'll be the main event of Act 2. Act 3, we start with another mysterious battle royal, the Monsters Ball. Penta, Andy Leonhardt, Pyramid Head, Yuri, Ababo, The Grudge, Darkstar Chaos, Marcin the Vampire Queen. Then the 2 quarterfinals for the finals for the WCW tournament. Then in a kind of a breather match, Evangelion versus Aqua Team Hunger Force, because why the fuck not? It'll be the battle for late night. It's Adult Swim versus Toonami. I don't know, was Evangelion ever on Toonami? I'm not sure. It's the battle for late night Cartoon Network. I haven't watched Cartoon Network in a long time. I wonder, I've heard it's gone to shit. Like, they built the whole, like, thing around Uncle Grandpa. And then the 2 quarterfinals. And then Act 4, the big front-loaded one. Because I started this at 7 a.m., and I know a lot of people are going to be, like, it's right now. There's only 2 people in chat right now, and I think one of them might just be my phone. But I know more people pour in later in the day. So that's why I try to get the biggest matches, the most important matches, onto the last act. So we're going to have the 3rd mysterious battle royal to get us to 8 people. That'll be the big muscular woman battle royal. Marissa, Leona, Vanessa Lewis, She-Hulk, Power Lady, Angela Belta, Real Esperanza, Maria Vinskaya. Then the first tournament semifinal. And then spot number 48 in the WWE tournament for the people who held the belt less than, like, I believe 24 days it was. Andre Ray, Candice McMahon, Stan Sajak, Gavin Goloff, Rob Van Dam, Buddy Rogers. That's good that we put that in the last block because that'll help us promote the next pay-per-view. Not pay-per-view, but PLE, Premium Live Events. Then the other semifinal. Then the Queen of the Deathmatch tournament, or Queen of the Deathmatch championship. Terry Funk takes the winner of the ECW tournament, takes on Cerno. Then Clown Piece versus Doink. Originally going to be Clown Piece versus Doink, but since ICP are in Clown Town, they want to have JCW Evil Dead. They force him in there. So it might just end up being a JCW stable. They might end up booting up Kefka at some point, depending on who wins this. And then that's going to be kind of a piss break match between the King Queen Deathmatch match and then the finals of the WCW tournament. And obviously the winner of the WCW tournament, they're going to get a shot at something as well. But it depends on how the champions shake out after this. Like who wins the medallions. And because at the end of the night, we got Pepsi Man, Bridget, Minoru Suzuki, Roddy Piper, Robico. And then we're going to have the 6th one, the Anything Goes, 7th one with the Monsters Ball, 8th one with the Mysterious Battle Royal for the Buffalo. So that'll be 8 by then, and I think by then it'll be enough to do what we want. Because when I do the WWE tournament, I just want WWE matches. Because I believe it's going to... Let me do the math in my head. Since we're getting Spot 48 Battle Royal out of the way right now, the other 47. Yeah, it's going to be a total of like 45 matches in one fucking sitting. So, for the WWE tournament, I wouldn't be booking any Desert Mid-South stuff. It would all be the WWE tournament. So it's good we're doing that there. And then the main event WCW Championship. So, going into Desert Mid-South's main pay-per-view without a tournament. PLE, no. They're not pay-per-view. I'm a whole fucking Attitude Era bitch. They're not pay-per-views anymore. They're PLEs, Premium Live Events. Going into the PLE, next PLE after WWE, where I just want to do Desert Mid-South stuff. Hopefully by then, kind of establish a roster. So, the February show, this is going to be the February show, the WCW tournament. Then in March, I'll do the WWE show. And hopefully, like, late March, I'll go ahead and do... I think I'll do 2 in March. I'll do the Fire Pro of the Desert Mid-South show, where I put together the medallions of the gods, quote-unquote. And do a little something. Because you probably guessed, I want to eventually merge the Flavortown Championship with the King and Queen of the Deathmatch Championship. So, because I kind of want to have a triple crown. I don't just want to have a hardcore championship. I want to kind of triple crown. So I think that looks good. I think that looks like good. And this is what I do. Like, I'll have general ideas while I'm at work between clients, talking to clients. And I'll go ahead and just take an afternoon, listen to one of my senpais, listen to some lo-fi or something. And hammer out a card. Then I'll save this to a notepad. Go ahead and copy to my notepad now. Well, that's not the fucking notepad. Hold on. Copy to the notepad now, so I can refer to that during the show. We'll go in beforehand. You can actually set up and save a tournament in Fire Pro. So I'll go ahead and set up that 16-person WCW tournament. And I think we're good. So, yeah, just one last look over the card. Because we got the title match on 1 and 2. Block 3 looks a little weak, but we've only got the 3 titles right now. Could I put the other... No, I want to spread out the mysterious battle royals. I could put one of these 2 battle royals in Act 1. But... to leave the WWE tournament at the end. Because that's directly promoted the next PLE. I think that's good. I think that's a good card. So that's going to be it. 2 weeks from now. That's the plan, at least. 2 weeks from now, the WCW King of WCW tournament. Cerno versus Terry Funk for King and Queen of the Deathmatch. G-Man versus Joe Hendry for Mayor of Flavortown. Mortal Kombat Ninjas taking on the Woman of Tekken for the 8-person tag. More mysterious battle royals, more fun, more crazy shit, more of the shit I love. Fire Pro saved my fucking channel, I swear, dude. Fire Pro saved my fucking channel. Because the first Desert Mid-South show was by far my most popular stream. And it shows that I can do what I love, the shit I love, and people will still tune in. So I gotta go grocery shopping. Like, in person. Like, I gotta do shit in person in town today. But I should more than... I will. I'm gonna make a fucking concerted effort to be back by this. Please check it out. It's my fucking pain last night of fighting Rugal for several hours and all this. If you're enjoying this, please, this is the one thing I ask of you. I don't beg people to watch shit. I don't. I'm begging you to watch this. Gardic Phone Collapse, 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. It's me, Grub, Mixie, Gwen, Sealy, Zosmus, and Choco Minato. I'm gonna go ahead and update the graphics and the thing before I go, but please check it out tonight. These 7 flavor and flavor adjacents are doing me a massive favor and a massive honor by stopping by and hanging out and playing Gardic Phone. Please show them love. That's it. Thank you for stopping by, Gwen. There's only like 2 people in the chat, right? That's fine, because like I said, these writing streams, I don't mind if there's no conversation, because I just prefer to get my thoughts out, and that worked. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Star. I am your faithful Amanda Splatts. Like I said, I was going to do it next week, but I want to do 1 Fire Pro stream a month and 1 writing stream a month. And we did the ECW tournament on January 1st. So, in 2 weeks' time, we're doing the WCW one. And next week, the plan is I'm going to get the 17 original NES Black Box games. The first 17 NES games known as the Black Box. I might do all 30, but I at least want to do the first 17. Just to show you the type of shit some of us grew up with. I am your faithful Amanda Splatts. Please check out the Mega Collab tonight. Thank you to Lo-Fi Geek for the background music. Lo-Fi Geek, the Japanese no copyright, streamer friendly, streamer safe. I want to use this more in the future if my fucking system can handle it. Handle having shit open. I thank you for checking me out. My second screen saves VOD gang. Fire Pro 2 weeks from now. Next week, this spot. The 7 a.m. Wednesday spot is the spot for me. Like, I don't care about fucking numbers of this because it's 7 a.m. on a fucking Wednesday. Who's gonna be out? This is for me. Stuff to keep me sane. And tonight is a stream for you. Please check out the collab tonight. I am your faithful Amanda Splatts. Allow me to play you in. Amanda Splatts Project.